Tony's like mentorship and coaching, basically I had to steal that, not steal it, but copy and mimic, because what I was used to before, it's just such an eye-opening understanding of what jiu-jitsu really is and what I wanted it to be in my academy. So in terms of what Professor Tony has done for me is he laid out the foundation. He showed me, this is how you do step one, this is how you do step two. He's like, these boundaries over here are in place for this. We do things this way. And in the beginning, we might not see why, but now, 8 years later, I absolutely love my academy, my team, and all of it is because we just try to take a little bit of what Professor Tony Passos does in his academy, and then we mimic that back in ours. And so far, it's working out great for us. The teachings that Professor Tony, the impactful ones that he had on me, not just with the actual jiu-jitsu techniques, but with how to manage people and how to manage the group of people inside of the academy. So many times over the years, I would call Tony and I'd say, hey, Professor Tony, I have this issue, I have this student, and this is, and he always has the, he always has the solution, but furthermore than the solution is, he reinforces the solution with why it has to be this way, why we do it this way, and why we don't do it how everybody else does it. And then over time, we could see the growth, and it's measurable. The growth and the positive outcome is measurable when I follow Professor Tony's advice, teachings, and like I said, trying to pull that culture out of here and injecting it back into Armezzani Jiu Jitsu Academy. There's a lot of ways that owning a gym that you could grow, right? And there's a lot of ways that we could have influxes of people in, influxes of people out. The more people we get, the harder it could be to keep student relations. The best way that I've learned from Professor Tony to manage these things is to have the standard for everybody be very high. That we hold everybody accountable and responsible to these standards that we live by. That right there helps me wrangle the right people, that belong with us. It helps us see those out, and it absolutely attracts those people from outside that are seeking that group, that fellowship with that certain tribe of people who want to live their life to a higher standard. And that is one of the things that I've learned from Tony when I met him 15 years ago, day one, was the high standard. And there's no exceptions and there's no excuses why it should be anything less than what the standard is. Working with Tony is it's the reason why I still do jiu-jitsu, is because I get to work with Professor Tony Passos. He's a jiu-jitsu genius, and his understanding of jiu-jitsu is far deeper than mine will ever be. And the things that I've learned and taken from him and that he's taught me over the years and taught me and drilled into me and beat into me on the mat, I would never be able to get that anywhere else. And I know that. Being in the sport for 20 years, being an academy owner for 10 years, retired professional athlete, I know that if I want to be the absolute best athlete, instructor, husband, son that I could be, then having Tony as my coach, my professor, that's the way, and that's it, because the standard is here.